This is Curious George Visits a Toy Store. This is George. He was a little monkey and was always very curious. Today was the opening of a brand new toy store. George and the man in the yellow hat did not want to be late. When they arrived, the line to go inside wound all the way around the corner. When the line is this long, it's not easy for a little monkey to be patient. George sneaked through the crowd. All he wanted to do was peek inside. George got to the front door just as the owner opened it. "This is no place for a monkey," she said. But George was so excited. He was already inside. Balls and dolls and bicycles and games filled the shelves. There were so many toys. George didn't even know how some of them worked. And how about these hoops? What did they do? George was curious. He climbed up to pull one out of the pile. It would not move. George pulled harder. Still it did not move. George pulled with all fours. Suddenly, there was a terrible crash. Red, blue, green, and yellow hoops bounced up and down and everywhere. "Look," exclaimed the boy, bouncing up and down himself. I haven't seen one of these in years," said the boy's grandmother. She put a hoop around her waist and gave it a spin. George tried the hula hoop too. Then George pretended to be a wheel. And he rolled and he rolled. Oops, he rolled right into the owner. The owner shook her head. "I knew you were trouble," she said. "Now you've made a mess of my store." And she tried to stop George. And again, George was too quick. In only a second, he was around the corner and up on the highest shelf. Below him, George saw a little girl point to a toy out of reach. "Mommy, can we get the dinosaur?" she asked. George picked up the dinosaur and lowered it to the girl. She was delighted. So was the small boy next to him. Could I get that ball for me, please?" he asked George. George reached up, grabbed the ball, and bounced it to the boy. May I have that puppet over there?" asked another girl. How lucky for George that he was a monkey. He swung off the shelf, hung onto the light, picked up the puppet, and put it right into her hands. "What a show!" shouted the boy. The children held up their new toys and cheered. What a commotion! Immediately the owner came running and then came to the man with the yellow hat. "I think we've had enough monkey business for one day." The owner was frustrated. Just then the girl got in the line to pay. "What a great store," she said. "What a great idea to have a little monkey helping you," her father told the owner. Well, I guess you're right," the owner replied. She smiled. Then she gave George a special surprise. "Thank you, George. My grand opening is a success because of you. Perhaps monkey business is the best business of all." The end.